Hi Hazel, welcome. Thank you for coming to do one of the videos, but perhaps you could do a quick introduction to who you are and Papyrus.
My name's Hazel Russell and I'm Head of Fundraising at PAPYRUS Prevention of Young Suicide. We're one of the charities that the Race4Rene event is going to benefit.
So give us a little bit of background about Papyrus, a little bit of history. Who are they?
Okay, we are the national charity for the prevention of young suicide. We've been going for 22 years. We believe that suicide is preventable. Suicide is still the biggest killer of anybody under the age of 35 in the UK today, and our job is to keep young people safe, to teach young people how to ask for help, but also to teach everybody else how to respond to anybody who asks for help, how to start a conversation around suicide, and to teach communities to help look after each other.
It's quite surprising to discover that suicide is the biggest killer of people under the age of 35. That's an astonishing statistic, isn't it?
It is hugely shocking when you think about it. It's 4 people every single day take their own lives. So hundreds more feel like it and maybe don't do it or don't do it that day. But when you look at the statistics, it is very shocking indeed.
And what can Papyrus actually do? What sort of services are you able to provide that can help?
We help people sort of under 3 headings really. We support, we equip and we influence. So we have a helpline UK, which is open from 10 till 10 every day, and that is for anybody under the age of 35 who is experiencing suicidal thoughts. We'll talk to them, we'll work with them to keep them safe. We are an intervention service as well, so if we feel they're in immediate danger, we will get the police out, the emergency services out to them, but we give them a plan and we literally help keep them safe until they can get some help from somewhere else. And we're there for young people themselves, but we're also there for parents who are struggling with how to start a conversation, or teachers who think somebody might be suicidal but they're not sure whether to bring it up, whether it's safe to bring it up, what to say. And you should always bring it up, but you need to do it in the most appropriate manner, and we'll talk people through that. We even do things like role play with people on the phone, like imagine I'm your mum, what are you going to say? How do you think she'll respond to this? How do you think she'll respond to that? So we know that potentially every call that comes in will literally save somebody's life, and the feedback we get from people who've used the service prove that. Last year we had over 70,000 calls, emails and texts to that service.
Wow.
So it's a massive problem. We also, as well as the Hope Plan, we also run training and awareness raising events all around the country. So we'll come into schools, community groups, organisations, anybody who wants us basically, we'll go and talk to them about suicide, raising awareness of the fact that it is the biggest killer of anybody, and also giving people the tools to help keep them and their communities safe. The third thing we do, which comes under influence, is we lobby Parliament and everybody else about getting the criminal standard of proof changed to the civil standard of proof, which we've just about done now, along with many
explain
other people.
that, because decriminalised in 1961.
It was, but even though it was decriminalised in 1961, the coroners still have to use the criminal standard of proof when ruling whether a death is suicide or whether it's an accidental death. So they have to be 100% sure. So a lot of the times, if there's any tiny little niggle, they won't rule suicide. That has now changed, and they can use the civil standard of proof, which is on the balance of probability, which is going to make a huge difference to the statistics, which will enable us to use that to beat down the doors of Whitehall and get some changes brought in at government level. It takes a while, things move extremely slowly with the figures that come out from the ONS and what have you, but we are chipping away at that. The other big campaign we're running is about information sharing. Very many cases of young suicide, it's only at the inquest that the families will find out that their son or daughter had gone to the doctor and admitted to having suicidal thoughts or been put on medication, and the doctors don't share that information with parents or with the university or with somebody, and that's something that has to change, and that's what we're working towards now as well.
So there's a lot of lobbying, a lot of support directly with those who are having suicidal
lots of meetings, lots of discussions and getting people on board. If we had every year 200 school children die from suicide. If there was an Ebola breakout in the UK and 200 school children died, something would be done about it pretty quickly. So why is nothing being done about suicide? So that's what we're fighting. That's what we're up against. And we have a huge amount of supporters. The people who are doing the Race4Rene event, families like the Zamudios and many, many others. Every week people are putting on their trainers, hiking up mountains, going for walks, jumping in cold water, doing all sorts of ridiculous, crazy things to raise money. And every single penny that we get makes a difference. It costs £5 to service a call on Helpline UK. So everybody that makes a donation is potentially saving a life.
Just £5, and
Just
you could
£5.
save a life.
And it works. It really does work. We've got all the data and the statistics. We get lots of feedback from people that have used the services. We know it works.
And talk about a little bit about Race4Rene. The race itself, it's also bringing a lot of people together who've been affected by suicide.
Absolutely. I think when somebody like René sadly takes their own life, the ripple effect throughout his family, his friends, everybody knew him is huge, and those people are become, because of that, extremely vulnerable. And this is a fantastic way of pulling them all together. They're all lovely young people. They're all looking out for themselves. They're a team now, and they're supporting each other. But they're also supporting René's family. Max and Sophia are getting a lot out of this, whilst doing something really exciting and also benefiting two fantastic charities. So it's great. Yeah.
But the Race4Rene itself, it's going to do great things for Max and Sophia, but also for René's friends, but it's also going to help raise awareness and get the dialogue going and communication. Yeah. What kind of impact, and how's that going to help you guys?
I think the amount of all the social media coverage they're going to get, the fact that they're wearing the t-shirts, they've got all the stuff on, every time they put something on Instagram or Twitter or something, that will help raise awareness. It'll encourage people that it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to feel, not to feel safe. And I think it's really good. It'll be an experience none of them will ever forget. It's a wonderful tribute to a wonderful young man, and I hope that they get some comfort out of that.
But it's an impact on their lives is huge, and it's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away. No, it'll be with them forever, and with all his friends. That's why they're here. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it for him, and that's a wonderful tribute.
Super. And a message for somebody who might be watching who perhaps is having suicidal thoughts, or you know someone, or you've been affected by it?
Anybody who's having suicidal thoughts, anybody who's worried about somebody who might be having suicidal thoughts, go on our website, phone our helpline. It's open. There's people there to talk to. If it's closed, if it's in the evenings, leave a message. Somebody will call you back. There's an awful lot of information out there, but talk to somebody. If you're worried about somebody, ask the question. If you're not sure how to ask the question, phone us. We'll tell you. Because
it's okay to raise it, isn't it?
It's
people would have a phobia about mentioning it, but
yeah.
Actually asking, what is the question you should ask?
It sounds to me like you're thinking of taking your own life. You've got to say it how it is. Ask the question. If they're not, they'll just say no and you move on. If they are, then they know that they can talk to you. If they're not at that time, they'll remember that and they'll think, well, if I ever do get to that stage, or the next time I get to that stage, I know that they're a safe person to talk to because they can talk about these things safely.
Fantastic. Hazel, thank you very much for joining the video today.
Thank you very much, and best of luck to everybody. It's really exciting. I wish I was 30 yees younger. I'd be on this boat like a shot.
I wonder, they'd have you.
I think I might be a hindrance.
Me too, when I was you me. Sounds like a great adventure.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Brilliant, yeah.
Brilliant.
Really good.
Thank you, Hazel.
Thank you very much.